set to meet Biden at UNGA as UN convoys best wishes to Chief Advisor. Army Chief Walker pledges full support for Yunus-led government, hopes for elections in 18 months. Cricketer Shakib fined Taka 5 million for stock market manipulation. Assalamu alaikum. This is Nusrat Islam welcoming you all to the evening news. You have just had the Crown Cement headlines. Now let's move on to the details. The United Nations has conveyed best wishes to Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus as he attends the UNGA when Bangladesh celebrates its 50-year relationship with the United Nations. Dr. Yunus, who reached in New York last night, will host a reception on the occasion of the 50th anniversary of Bangladesh's membership in the UN today evening. Dr. Yunus is on his first visit to the U.S. as the head of the Bangladesh government to attend the 79th UNGA. Dr. Yunus will hold a bilateral meeting with U.S. President Joe Biden today on the sidelines of the UNGA. The meeting will be held at 11 a.m. New York time, which will be the first meeting of the Bangladesh interim government chief with the U.S. president. Diplomats say the meeting of Yunus and Biden indicates that the U.S. administration wants to enhance diplomatic and economic relations with the Yunus-led Bangladesh's interim government.
ওনার মতো একটা ব্যক্তিত্ব যিনি আসলে বিশ্ব অর্থনীতির অনেক কিছু খোঁজ খবর রাখেন আবার এবং বিশ্ব অর্থনীতির নতুন নতুন কিছু ধারণা উনি যোগ করেছেন যে ধারণাগুলো থেকে আসলে সারা বিশ্বই উপকৃত হচ্ছে নট জাস্ট বাংলাদেশের তো এই কারণে ওনাকে সারা বিশ্ব সম্মান করে সেটা অর্থনীতিবিদ হিসেবেই ওনাকে আগে থেকেই সম্মান করতেন আর এখন তো উনি একটা রাষ্ট্রের প্রতিনিধি হিসেবে সরকার প্রধান হিসেবে এখানে আসছেন সেটার সাথে এটা যখন যোগ হয়েছে ইউএন উনি আসলে ইউএন এর আসলে যে ইউএন এর প্রতিও মানুষের আস্থাটা আসলে তখন আরেকটু হলেও বেড়ে যায়।
Meanwhile, Bangladesh reaffirmed its commitment to global unity at a future summit in New York. Foreign advisor Tauhid Hussain delivered the keynote address.
As we speak of securing our common future, we have to be ready to make inconvenient choices, difficult trade-offs, and critically question the decisions we take. While wealth abounds to finance almost all the global needs, even though developing countries are ready to pay for the solutions, we see very little money moves to critical developmental issues such as climate adaptation, securing future of water for farmers, etc. What is key to me is to rediscover learning beyond skewed remit of education only. We need to blend content with values that spark creativity. We also need to democratize digital technology tools, applications, and innovations beyond profit.
Foreign Affairs Advisor Mohammad Tauhid Hussain has met Indian External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and discussed issues of mutual interest. The meeting was held on Monday focusing on bilateral ties. Had a meeting with Foreign Affairs Advisor Mohammad Tauhid Hussain of Bangladesh in New York. The conversation focused on bilateral ties, Jaishankar wrote on X after the meeting. Bangladesh's Army Chief General Waqaruzzaman vowed to back the country's interim government come what may to help it complete key reforms after the ouster of Sheikh Hasina, so that elections could be held within the next 18 months. General Walker and his troops stood aside in early August amid raging student-led protests against Hasina, sealing the fate of the veteran politician who resigned after 15 years in power and fled to neighboring India. In a rare media interview, Walker told Reuters that the interim administration led by Nobel laureate Muhammad Yunus had his full support and outlined a pathway to rid the military of political influence. The army chief said he will stand beside Yunus come what may, so that he can accomplish his mission. Following the reforms, Walker said a transition to democracy should be made between a year and a half, but underlined the need for patience. A career infantry officer who served through these periods of turmoil, Walker said the Bangladesh Army would not intervene politically in his leading. He said the Army too is looking into allegations of wrongdoing by its personnel and has already punished some soldiers. BNP Standing Committee member Salahuddin Ahmed has urged the interim government to establish a clear electoral roadmap, as it is an essential part of the ongoing reforms to the state. The senior BNP leader said an electoral roadmap would help people understand that the ongoing reform process in the country is heading towards a democratic path. Only then will the people regain their democratic rights, he said. The veteran politician made the comment to the media after visiting the burned-down BNP office in Cox's Bazar today. Salahuddin, who was exiled in India for 9 years, said that the victory achieved through the unprecedented, blood-stained revolution of students and the people must be made meaningful. An officer of the Bangladesh Army was stabbed to death by robbers during an operation in Cox's Bazar, Chokoria today. The deceased was Lieutenant Tanjim Sarwar Nirjan. During the operation in Maijpara, a group of robbers attempted to flee upon detecting the presence of the army patrol. Lieutenant Nirjan chased after a few members of the robber group. The army officer was critically injured when robbers hacked him in the neck. During the operation, 3 members of the robber group were arrested. Bangladesh cricketer Shakib Al Hasan has been fined $5 million for manipulating share prices, as confirmed by the Bangladesh Securities and Exchange Commission. Currently in India representing the Bangladesh national team, Shakib was found guilty of the allegations during a meeting held today, presided over by BACC President Khondokar Rashid Maksud. According to BACC, the fine was imposed for breaching the Securities Act by manipulating the share price of Paramount Insurance Company. Other individuals were also fined in connection with the matter. This incident marks another setback for Shakib, who previously served in parliament under the government led by Sheikh Hasina, which was ousted by a student-led uprising in July-August of this year. Additionally, Shakib has recently been implicated in a murder case. Case documents allege that he was involved in ordering the killings of protesters during the student-led movement. Bangladesh has requested technical assistance from the IMF to address key areas of concern, including banking sector reforms, money laundering control, and tax reforms. Finance advisor Dr. Salahuddin Ahmed told reporters following a meeting with an IMF delegation at the Secretariat in Dhaka. The delegation has commenced a week-long visit to assess the country's macroeconomic situation and explore potential reforms with the provision of additional funding. The advisor emphasized the need for external resources to support these critical reforms.
IMF একটা আমাদের অন্যতম বিষয় IMF যারা সাধারণত ব্যালেন্স অফ সাপোর্ট দেয় এবং এটা ব্যাংকিং সেক্টর এবং রেভিনিউ সেক্টরের জন্য অত্যন্ত গুরুত্বপূর্ণ একটা বিষয় পৃথিবীর সব দেশই এদের সাথে আজকে আমাদের আলাপ হলো একটা মিশন আসছে যে আমাদের সম্ভাব্য কি আমাদের দরকার আরও যে প্রোগ্রাম যেটা আছে সেটা একটা রিভিউ এটা কিন্তু এসে না প্রাইজের টেকনিক্যাল টিম না তারা আসছে যে আমরা কত দূর এগুলাম এবং আমরা বলেছি যে আমাদের মোটামুটি সংস্কার বেড়াতে আমরা পদক্ষেপ নিয়েছি ব্যাংকিং সেক্টরে বলেন এনবিএর সেক্টরে আমরা নিয়েছি
A member of India's Border Security Force, BSF, was detained by the border guard Bangladesh BGB today after he allegedly crossed into the Bangladesh territory illegally at the Pirganj border in Thakurgaon. BGB said BSF personnel Upal Kumar Dash was apprehended near the Chanderhat camp around 11 a.m. The BSF personnel crossed the zero line of the international boundary, entering Bangladesh without authorization. Although the BSF member was in uniform at the time of his detention, he was unarmed. Authorities are currently preparing to return the detained BSF member to the Indian authorities through a flag meeting, BGB added. Before ending, let's have a look on the Crown Cement headlines once again. Dr. Yunus set to meet Biden at UNGA as UN convoys best wishes to chief advisor. Army Chief Walker pledges full support for Yunus-led government, hopes for elections in 18 months. Cricketer Shakib fined Taka 5 million for stock market manipulation. And that's all from the newsroom for now. To know updates, videos of this bulletin, visit our website www.ntvbt.com. Besides, visit our YouTube and verified Facebook page for updates over NTV's all popular programs and bulletins. Our next bulletin, Shondar Khabor, will be aired in Bangla at 7:30 p.m. Thank you for being with us. Have a good time.